While doing his podcast with Wack 100, Adam22 just said something that left the world in shock. It was completely unexpected. You see, earlier this week, some old employees of Adam22, who he currently has a long-running feud with, pulled up on one of his co-hosts, Desto Dub.
Weird ass, no jumper ass.
Yo, AD.
So during his podcast with Wack 100, Adam would address that particular clip of his co-host Desto Dub being pressed. Now, Adam would start off by giving a timeline of his beef or feud with his old employees, Figgmunity Worlds. More specifically, AD and T-Row, who were the owners of Cuhmunity and back On Figg.
This right here is my timeline of the last 9 months or so. So we're going to go from the left. March. March says the breakup. So then begins the period where you probably can't really see it because the camera's in front of it, but it says them dissing me all the time and me not responding. That was a longish time period
April
here.
to June.
Till I'm going to say, honestly, till kind of like July. And so I even marked the honeymoon just to kind of put that in perspective, that there was this sort of extended time period that I would describe as a period where they were talking about me a lot. They were doing a lot of clickbaiting about me. And I was just kind of like letting it go. I was just not really interacting too much.
Around that time, there was almost heat coming from almost everywhere towards No Jumper and Adam. Joe Budden was attacking Adam and No Jumper. Rolling Stone was attacking Adam and No Jumper. The Twitter little post was attacking Adam and No Jumper. So I believe at that time, it was probably wise to just sit back and allow everything to play out and allow all the fuel to burn. So Adam never really addressed Cuhmunity or never really addressed anybody for that matter. He sort of just sat back, went on his honeymoon, and just allowed things to play out. Now, Adam will say that the catalyst for the beef as we know it was when he went on Bootleg Kev podcast and when he had AD's ops, Snoopy Badass, on a No Jumper podcast.
So then I do this Bootleg Kev interview and he asked me, basically the thing that ended up heating everything up, he goes, don't you think that AD's making more money now? I said no. I said a few other things that he probably didn't appreciate, but there was this whole little storm around that time period where you had Snoopy talking about him, you had G-Face, who actually said some stuff on the podcast about AD, and then you had me going on Bootleg Kev. This somehow quickly spirals into me basically debuting the Big 22 personality, which has kind of been retired. We replaced it with a 22-ster, but this was basically, that's where things kind of changed. I basically decided if these guys are going to keep talking about me and making me a central focus in their content, then I was going to go on the offense and I was going to start making videos on my iPhone while I was in the gym in my garage talking shit and basically just throwing mud back at them. Basically saying, if you guys are going to diss me, yes, I get it. You guys are super street. I'm not, but I'm not going to just roll over and take this. But this is when I kind of got the reaction from them that they were like, all right, this. We're not going to talk about him anymore. We're going to just focus on building our own company. We're going to do our own thing. This actually lasted a significant period of time.
Around that time, Adam would play brilliant chess with Figgmunity World. He would essentially fire back at them and just diss them every day. But he would also say, yo, you guys are No Jumper reaction channels. All y'all content is reacting to what I do. So that planted a seed in their heads to where they didn't want to cover No Jumper drama. And they didn't want to respond back to Adam because Adam was calling them No Jumper reaction channels, and they wanted to prove a point that they can do their own content without really responding back to Adam or beefing with Adam. So that allowed like a free reign for Adam to pretty much diss them every day because Adam played chess and pretty much put them in a lose-lose situation. You don't respond, now Adam narrative is the only narrative getting out there. And if you do respond, people will think you guys are a No Jumper reaction channel. It was a brilliant chess move by Adam. But Adam will say that this is his one regret in that situation. And this is where he effed up at.
If I could go back in time, I think that the moment that I kind of misplayed my hand, in which I could have been a more mature person, broadcaster, former friend to them, etc., is that once I got them to stop talking about me, I should have said, okay, you got what you wanted, just chill. You have no reason to keep provoking them and keep talking. That's not what I did. I kept just throwing on it. I can't even remember all the different instances in which I spoke about them in negative ways, kind of rubbing it in, etc. And
Adam's regret wouldn't be for his own safety. He would express that he can handle himself. He's rich. You feel me? Like, he can hire 20 bodyguards to go out if he wants to, and nobody would do a thing to him. But he's a boss, and he has employees who he feels as if he just put in the will of fire. And he also apologizes to Desto Dub and, you know, and his role in Desto Dub being pulled up on.
I was going at it from the perspective of, okay, I feel like I can protect myself. I feel like I'm not terribly worried about what they're going to do to me because I'm moving around in a certain way where I'm not really worried about that. Then we come to this Desto Dub situation. And to be honest, this was just like a really eye-opening thing for me, in which I realized that, yeah, maybe I can take care of myself and move around in a certain way that prohibits me from, you know, running into serious situations. But I also see the way that this is unfolding, and Dub even being in that situation is something that I just really don't want to be responsible for. It's not that I'm, you know, and on top of that, it's just the conversations that I've been hearing behind the scenes about how this could escalate, both from them on stream, because obviously I'm not privy to their private conversations, but then hearing the private conversations going on amongst people on the No Jumper staff and everything, and it just doesn't really sit right with me. I feel like it's on me at this point that I have to go out of my way to intentionally try and de-escalate this situation and acknowledge that I was in the wrong. I should have, at the point in the map, I don't know if it's still on the screen, but after this whole bootleg kept thing, whatever, once they stopped talking about me, I should have just been man enough to say, okay, let's just leave it at that.
I've seen a couple of reactions where people are saying that Adam is scared. I don't think Adam is scared at all. Here's what I particularly think. I think that Adam understands the optics of this. Adam understands that if things escalate to a point where Desto peoples get involved and Figgmunity peoples get involved and it becomes a multi-gang war, well, when the multi-gang war gets reported, well, everything would trace back to Adam, and you'll have people like Joe Budden and other content creators of the world saying, oh, Adam, the white man, started a multi-gang war. So Adam is just putting on record, hey, I came on my podcast, I humbly apologize, I did every effort to de-escalate the situation. Don't put it on me. Right? So no, I don't think Adam is scared. I think Adam just understands, Brad, that in order, you know, for you to really wash your hands of this and to not really take any responsibility if things do escalate, you have to make an attempt to de-escalate and humbly apologize and do whatever you got to do to de-escalate publicly. So when things do escalate, well, you can say you tried. You did everything you could do, and it didn't work. So at this point, it's not your fault if things do escalate.
I'm letting all that go. They don't have to do the same. I'm just saying the whole persona I was taking on before or whatever, I'm going to go way out of my way. A lot of people saw me saying, like, I'm not involved in this at this point. That was just my initial reaction because I had just had a conversation off camera about, you know, people and organizations that might potentially have issues with each other. And it's just, at that point, it's just becoming extremely clear to me.
Did you have a conversation with your other team? Because your other guy's egging on.
Who?
The little guy with the gap in his mouth.
I actually haven't really talked to him about it. I was with him earlier
Did you
today.
see that?
I was actually just going to send him this link as soon as we do it so he knows where I'm at.
Did you see what he said?
I seen a little bit that he said, and I seen some stuff that from the other side they were saying to him, and I'm saying
they responded.
I'm gonna go way out of my way to calm that shit down in terms of telling him to turn it down if possible. Obviously, I don't know what other people are thinking on the other side, but my request of Brick Baby and shit is just like, let's just take the L on this. Let's just keep it moving.
When Adam say organizations, I feel like this goes without saying. He's referring to gangs, right? There's like at least like 20 gangs involved on both sides because different crews got people of different gangs and they're not happy with each other. So Adam sensing, oh damn, like people are talking about spinning blocks and sliding back. Let's de-escalate people, right? Let's all relax here and let's all just chill here. Which I applaud, right? I applaud Adam for going out of his way to make sure that black men don't harm themselves. That's applaudable. I applaud him for that. Now, Wack 100 will go on and ask Adam to apologize to Heather. Heather is the wife of T-Rail, one of the employees he's currently feuding with. Now, him and Heather have exchanged words back and forth that got really, really, really personal. So when Wack 100 asked him to apologize to Heather, Adam's response was, hell no.
Moment of empathy for
Do
it.
you really want to fix this? All ego to the side. For real, I can help you. First things first.
Okay.
The ultimate disrespect has to be met with apology. You have to apologize to Heather. First things first. I'm just being real, bro. All trolling out the way. You have to apologize to Heather. If you want it to start, if you want those guys to see this and say, you know what, maybe he gets it, cool.
I don't think I can apologize to Heather honestly, because
Then it's not going to go nowhere.
That's okay. But you look at the first half of this.
You see what I'm saying?
Listen, this is my opinion on it. Is throughout the first half of this, Heather was one of the key people who was really on me after me having never done anything to her. And it really bothered me that she went so out of her way to slam me for no reason. And then when
What did she say?
A whole host of things, but like she was just going in on me, and Smack was in on it, T-Rail was in it, AD mostly kept it chill, but I'm not really sitting here trying to do the apology conversation.
Let me tell you what got my
even
attention.
in recent memory, I had people on this side threatening my kid and shit. So this is not like a wholehearted apology. This is me acknowledging that I'm attempting to de-escalate the situation.
Adam refusing to apologize to Heather is probably the most expected quote or statement I've heard during this podcast, but Wack just kept pushing. And eventually, Adam said the most unexpected thing that nobody expected to hear.
You don't think
Saying
Heather
all
had
that-
a conversation with her? How did she even know about
She was at
you?
the party. She definitely had a conversation. But all I'm saying is I can definitely acknowledge that me insinuating that she participated in any kind of sex work, I have no clue. Obviously, I've seen screenshots of sugar baby ads from like 10 plus years ago. Do I know that those are actually real or that she even actually acted upon them? No, I don't. So I can apologize for saying that. I would definitely apologize for that.
Gotcha. And
I have to
T-Rail,
segment up my apologies
gotta
because this
keep
is
it-
still so fresh and raw.
T-Rail.
For y'all who don't understand how big of a deal that is, Adam apologized to Heather. That truly shows that Adam is really trying to move forward with this. Now, T-Rail will go on his podcast and commend Wack 100 for getting the apology for Heather out of Adam.
He always been a good dude, man. Just the way you just kept, saying Heather's name. You made her feel good. You feel me? And it just made me like, you know what, this nigga a cold motherfucker, man. You feel me? Because that's some shit I would have did. In the heat of whatever we got going on, if you want to squash some shit between two motherfuckers, whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's just, I'm still with all of that. But, but I fuck with that though. I'm like, man, I fuck with this nigga Wack, man. I fuck with this nigga Wack. He a good nigga, man. He gonna make sure he preach it well.
Afterwards, Pun, AD, and T-Rail will speak their piece on Adam's apology and his call for peace.
My piece. You feel me? I'm gonna leave it alone after this, and I'm gonna talk to you, Adam.
President AD.
Talking to you, Adam. First and foremost, I want to commend you on your accountability today, because this is the first time that I ever heard you take accountability damn near for half the shit, anything. You feel me? And I hope that you ain't just doing this shit for the time being. I hope that your words is really sincere.
He wasn't on that though.
No.
I mean, bro, it's only so many times that I could say what I said to a nigga, like, we ain't playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it came down to. It's like, bro, we ain't playing. Even that night, though, it wasn't even like niggas making that shit bigger than what it was. Like, nigga was trying to have a conversation with homie. You know what I'm saying? When you started doing like backpedaling, it became something different. It is what it is, bro. That's old news. You know what I'm saying? But, for brother to do that today, I think he realized, like, these niggas ain't playing. And it could become bigger because all that popping it, I got the Smith and Wesson come pull up. We don't play that type of lingo with each other, bro. Like, we don't go that far. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? He understand. Obviously, I don't think he just woke up and understood that. I will say the parties over there that be that understand street side talked to him and now got through his fucking cranium.
It looks like in terms of the street level and the gang politics, that both sides communicated and things have been squashed and things have ceased. It looks like they are not holding it against Adam, and it looks like they're ready to move on, but who knows what's going to happen when all parties see each other again. But for now, it looks like it's squashed, but y'all let me know in the comment section, man, what do you guys think about this entire situation? And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen to find out how Piers Morgan tried to ambush Kyle Rittenhouse, but instantly regretted when Kyle Rittenhouse said this. Click on this video here. Out of here, folks. Peace.